So let's go into Unit 2, Studio Art. We're going to look at creating a still life. Some of you are going to look at an Educator video and learn more about still lifes. We're going to look at the elements of art, align, shape, which is a closed space such as a circle, square, or rectangle, color, a general term for hues of a spectrum, by light reflecting off a surface, texture, way a surface feels to a touch or how it looks. Examples of textures are rough, smooth, and hard. Value, the lightness or darkness of color. Space, the object, the area objects occupy or the area surrounding objects. And form. This is an object with height, width, and depth. It might be a cube, a cylinder, sphere, cone. Here's our color wheel. The primary colors are yellow, blue, and red. We might have contrast, which is the effect of placing different values, colors, or texture. Notice the white against the black. Emphasis, one object might be bigger than the others to emphasize that object. Unity, a oneness of the wholeness of the artwork. Movement, we can use brush strokes like that to show movement. Might have a variety of different lines, shapes, colors. A pattern is a design made by repeating a line, shape, or color over and over again. Proportion, maybe to show something's distance away in a painting. Something's bigger, it's closer. Farther away, it's smaller. Balance, we have symmetry, asymmetry. Symmetry is kind of two same, kind of like butterfly wings. Each side is kind of the same but different. Asymmetry is they're not the same. And radial. So here's our studio art project. I've noticed the hues and the shading and the different use of colors, shades of different hues of the primary colors, contrast of the darker colors with the lighter. The size of the banana is larger compared to the background. Again, this is using less color, more contrast, more hues. So some of you are going to follow the steps to the studio instructions if you want to do your artwork to continue working on your studio project. Look at your composition checklist. Talk about your painting or your still life in terms of line, shape, color, texture, form, space, value. Here's another example of a watermelon still life. And so once you're done, you're going to go take your Educator video or you're going to paint a still life, and you can call me up and talk to me about all the different elements of a still life. I'm going to actually look at an answer key here. The only reason why I'm looking at it is kind of tell you what we're looking for. Wait for that to open. So here's what you want to do. You want to complete a still life painting that uses the elements of art of design. You want to create some depth by placing objects in front of others as they overlap. The way you organize the elements creates a unified composition. So basically, you want to just show as real you can as the colors and the depth and the contrast and the hues and the line and the elements and the shapes of a still life. Okay, so let's review the elements of art. one more time. A line is a mark that is determined by 2 points and extends in both directions. That's a line. A shape is a closed space such as a circle, a square, rectangle, triangle. There's not one there actually, or an oval. It can be geometric like a shape in math, or organic like a shape like maybe the shape of a lake or a patch of grass. You have your colors, primary yellow, blue, red, and then the other colors are produced by mixing. Yellow and green make blue, violet and red make orange, red and orange, those type of things. You have your texture showing different kind of the feel of something, the different kind of the surface of your objects in your painting. You have value. You can use your black and white and then go from values to show contrast, depth, shading. Space is the shape or the objects, the area objects occupy, and form. That's any object. Form is any object with height, width, depth, like a pyramid, a sphere, a cube, or a cone. Okay, then when we think of still life, we think of also principles of design. We have our contrast, which is the effect of placing different values and colors and textures next to one another to create emphasis. Emphasis actually also we can use in terms of size. If an object is closer to us in a painting, it's actually larger, perceived larger, or is larger, made larger, and more distant, smaller. Unity is the oneness or the wholeness of artwork that occurs when all parts of a design fit together well. Movement can be used by different types of brush strokes or patterns. Variety, different shapes, lines, and colors to form interest in artwork. And patterns, a repeating line, shape, color. And then we have what's called proportion, the relationship of one part to another part. So we know that these are, same kind of figures, and then we also notice that that smaller figure is a child. In balance, we can have symmetry, like a butterfly wing. Each side is similar, or asymmetry, which each side is different, or radial, which is a pattern, a sense around the center. Okay, so let's watch an artist use chiaroscuro to make shading. Notice how the one end of his object is darker than the other to create depth. That's shading. And now we have what's termed cross-hatching, kind of showing depth by using small lines and kind of hatching to show, maybe that could be like a root to show its kind of form. So that's it for Unit 2 of Fine Art. We'll move on to Fine Art Unit 3. And if you'd like, just send me a request for the Educanon video. I would have also had you taken the quiz as you went through this recording. Have a wonderful day. Thanks.